everybody, welcome back to another Where Are They Now? This time it's July 2012 we're going back to, and I decided to recreate the video as much as I can. So I'm sitting in basically the same spot, and you can see, at least I can see, why I stopped filming here, because there's light coming in from this side, but not the lighting's not great. But I do like revisiting this spot. It's kind of fun, a little nostalgic. So speaking of nostalgia, I've printed out my description box from the original video, which is linked in the description box below. If you want to have a little chuckle and see what I was up to 4 years ago, please go back and watch the original. So if you're new to this series, what I do is I look at my favorites from the exact same month, but 4 years ago, and let you know if they're still around, if I'm still using them, and if they're not, what has taken their place. This is extra special because this is my anniversary month. This is my 6-year anniversary on YouTube. So I don't know, that's just a little personal celebration. All right, let's get into it. So I started the video in 2012 by talking about my favorite plumbers. If you are in the San Antonio area, I'm 4 years later still very much using them. It's Chambliss Plumbing. When I filmed this video, actually they were working on the garbage disposal behind me, and they were literally right behind me while I filmed. It was pretty funny. They're still great guys. They've done a lot of work for us since then. And like I said, San Antonio area, Chambliss Plumbing. Not sponsored, just letting you know. Okay, next favorite was a shoe from Target. 4 years later, I'm still wearing the shoe. I wore it yesterday. This was called the Esma sandal. They've renamed it. I don't remember off the top of the head what it's called. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close, and I've linked it in the description box below. They do still have this lovely pewter shade, which goes with everything. I love it. Great sandal. Obviously, it's cheap, but it holds up really well because 4 years later, I'm still wearing that shoe. Okay, L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in Ferris Nude. Look at this. This is all that I have left. Can you see this little stub of nothing? Admittedly, I'm wearing it right now. It's not bad. Admittedly, I don't wear nudes as much. I really have leaned more towards color with my lipstick, so it's not that I'm not wearing this because I don't like it. It's just that I'm generally not reaching for anything in this color family. But I'm looking at the display. It's not bad. Like I should, and this is the same lipstick. This is 4 years old. It's still creamy. It still feels great on my lips. It doesn't smell weird. I probably shouldn't be using a 4-year-old lipstick. We're not going to talk about that. But I've always liked L'Oreal Color Riche lipsticks. They're great. They're fabulous. And this Ferris Nude number 800 is a classic for a reason. It's a great shade. The next thing on my list was the Coty Airspun Loose Powder in Naturally Neutral. Here it is. I have cracked there's a huge crack running down there, so I don't want to shake this up too much. It's in the plastic container. I still love this. I kind of got a little chuckle when I watched the video from July 2012 because I remember asking, I had quite a few girlfriends who had the most flawless, even complexions, and I could not figure out how they looked that way because they said all they wore was moisturizer, concealer, and the Airspun powder. And what I realized was all that time ago, they were baking their faces. That's how they got that look. So if you're a big fan of baking, I highly recommend this. You can find this in most drugstores. You can find it online really easily as well. I like the shade Naturally Neutral. It adds a little pigment. There's a translucent one that obviously does not leave any color on your face. Probably my favorite is actually the translucent extra coverage. That's the perfect blend of translucent but actually gives you a little more coverage. I don't bake. My skin is dry. It doesn't do well. I just use this as it's intended with a big fluffy brush, and I used it today, and it's great. I'd be hard pressed to find a better loose powder out there. It is heavily scented, which I personally like, but they do make an unscented version if scent is not your thing. All right, next are a couple of face products that are no longer in the rotation. The first one was the DermaQuest Daily Enzyme Cleanser. I loved that brand. I thought it was great for a while, and then all of a sudden my skin just didn't like it anymore, and that strangely coincided with them stopping production. I've heard rumors that the brand is back in action, but I don't know what happened to them. Obviously, not a shocker. I've switched brands, and I've been fairly loyal, at least in the mornings, to Colleen Rothschild, and I now use the Balancing Gel Cleanser. It's just a little more gentle on my face, and I don't react to any of her products, which is kind of what you want in a skincare, and I use it every day, and that's what I use in place of the DermaQuest enzyme cleaner. Now the next thing I talked about was the Freeman Facial Enzyme Mask, and it was a pineapple fruit acid based mask that basically exfoliated your skin using fruit acids. Well, Colleen Rothschild dual enzyme polish, same concept. This is, I don't know how many tubs later. This is third or fourth tub I'm on. It's fruit enzymes in here, and it's the same concept. I used it again this morning. I tend to use this 2 or 3 times a week, morning or night. After I wash my face, I put this on, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you get your fingers wet and you massage it, and it gets a little granulated and is a gentle physical exfoliant as well as a chemical exfoliant. And it's the key to keeping my dry skin non-flaky. I have attributed my non-flaky skin to that. When I don't use it, I get flaky. So big love. Then I talked about is it Nivea or Nivea? Jury is out. Nivea. I was using the Honeydew and Pearls Hydrating Shower Gel. I'm a little fickle with my shower gels, and I recently, as you know, was sent a big trio of the shower gels from Philosophy from QVC, and they're lovely. Like, they're really nice, and let's just keep this between us, but Michael loves them. Like, he uses them for his body wash. He's using them as a shampoo. I mean, look at how much is gone. I've been using this for about a month and a half, and it's a big chunk. And there's actually another one in the shower, the fresh cream scent that we kind of alternate. And I love these, and they're just, I get the hype. I get the Philosophy hype. Let's just put it that way. Next, okay, this is making me crazy. The next favorite I had from July 2012 was the L'Occitane Cooling Hand Cream Gel in Verbena. And I love it, and I still use it. And when I traveled to Mississippi for Jake's college orientation, I took like all my liquids out of my beauty pouch that I keep in my handbag, and I have no idea where I put it. I've scoured this whole house. So I need to make a little trip to the mall and pick another one because they still make it. And if you want a hand gel that moisturizes you, that smells lemony fresh, but like leaves almost like it keeps your hands dry. So, you know, in the summer when you put on hand lotion, you instantly get a little sweaty and clammy. This solves that problem. I love it, and it's a must-have for your purse. So I'm gonna go pick up another one because that'll guarantee that I find the one I already have. Does that ever happen to you guys? It's so frustrating. Okay, another favorite that I never ever use anymore. This is the Shadow Jest from MAC. It is a, I don't know what it is, a light pink, shimmery, can you barely see it, right? Not very pigmented. I still love MAC shadows, but man, so many other brands have come such a long way. So if I want a light frosty pink, what I tend to reach for lately is CoverGirl True Naked. The Nudes palette has this light pink right here. I mean, watch, I'm barely touching this, and you can't see it from that far away because the lighting here is terrible, but it's very pigmented and pink and pretty. And then the other ones that I reach for if I'm looking for pink for my eyes, there's some shades in the Too Faced Bonbons palette, particularly this one right here. It's very pigmented, which you can't see because the lighting here is terrible. And then actually the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar has some really good pinks in there as well. This one right there, where is it? Right there. It's called Mousse. No, Pink Sugar. Pink Sugar is another one. So I just don't use my MAC shadows as much as I used to because they're just, some of them are amazing and then some of them are just, other brands have really beat them out as far as creaminess and pigmentation. So just telling you what I think. Okay, last makeup product was the Maybelline Dream Lumi Concealer. And I picked up another one recently in a drugstore haul that I didn't actually put in my last drugstore video because I kind of forgot I had it. And I remember why I stopped using it. So this is kind of a dupe for like the Clinique Airbrush Concealer or the Touche Eclat in the pink shade. There it is right there. Okay, that is definitely showing up. And then here's what I'm using now is the MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. So if you can see, you can. This side is the Radiant Rose. This is much brighter because I'm so fair. This works better for me. So it's much brighter. That was one reason I switched over to the MAC Prep and Prime. And the more important reason is I'm older, my skin is dry, and the Maybelline side is a much drier formulation. And it was starting to show in my fine lines and not quite, it doesn't blend as well. I'm going to blend them both out here. It doesn't blend as well as the MAC one. So if you're older or you have fine lines or crepiness under your eyes, I still think the MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose is a better option. Obviously, budget constraints are always a consideration, and the Maybelline one is fine. It's just, as you can see, it's much more salmony, and if you're fair toned, it's not going to highlight or brighten as much as the MAC one. So there is that. One more thing, not exactly beauty related, but hair related. I talked about these hair ties from Main Message. These were kind of the when these first came out, the elastic hairbands. You couldn't find them in mainstream stores. You had to order them online, and I think she was actually one of my subscribers, reached out to me, and I ordered these from, or she sent them to me. I can't remember if I actually ordered them or not. Sorry, I would tell you, but I can't remember. It's been 4 years. The company's called Main Message. Look at this. These are 4 years old. Like, they are still, they look like they're brand new. There's more of them in my drawer, but these are ones I still use constantly. You get, if you're going for the solid pack like these, I think they're 4 or 5 in a package for $7. It's a great, they're great products. They hold up exceptionally well. They're made in the US. I can't say enough good things about it. So I will put the link below to Main Message. They are still in business, and she's expanded, and she has a lot of other really great hair products. But I mean, these definitely are worth it because 4 years and they still hold their elasticity. I mean, how many other products that look like this can you say? You can't. So that was my favorites. It was a short video. Those are all my favorites from July 2012, and what's left is, we have just discussed, this is a series. I do this every month, and I have a playlist of the ones I've done so far. So make sure you check out the description box, click show more, and it gives all the links and everything I've talked about and stuff I haven't talked about. It's just like a treasure trove of information in there, like how to find me on social media, how to email me, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. It's coming! Okay, I know there's a lot of hype, and there's gonna be a lot of hype because this is huge. This is the Nordstrom anniversary sale.